let me let you know. On the TikTok side, our moderators are Mimi and Fine Wine. If you need anything, they are the ones that keep us safe and secure up in here. They make sure that we have no foolishness going on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate you too. And over here on it's not it's okay. It's okay, Mimi. We'll figure it out. Over here on YouTube is Janae. Janae is our moderator over here. So I want to thank her for being a part of our experience on both platforms. So great, great, great. Yes, much gratitude. Yes, there she is. She's finally popped up over here. And I want to welcome our YouTube family. My name is AD Roberts, and I am your success coach. And I'm really excited about being here today because when we come on here, there are two things that we do. The first thing that we do is create a sense of connectedness and community. And then on top of that, we always have a topic that is designed to be impactful and empowering at some meaningful level. And so as you're in here today, today is no different. That's exactly what we're going to do. So if y'all are ready to kick this party off and start this thing off, listen, somebody put in the chat, ready. If y'all are ready to kick this day off, put ready in the chat. Let's go, let's go. Put ready in the chat if you are ready to go. And hit this topic for today. If y'all ready to discover what the topic is today, I'm excited about sharing it. Excellent. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, everybody. And again, if you are a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie if we haven't already acknowledged you so that we can love on you a little bit more. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, Delisa. Thank you, Fabulous. Fabulous in the building. Good to see you. Thank you, Eddie. Our topic for today is one that it is a deep one. It is one that we wrestle with. All of us do. Every single one of us, we have one. And we have to address this part of us, this aspect of us. Thank you, Fabulous, for that daily heartbeat. It's so important that we address it because it is the root of many of the problems that we have. It is the root cause of many of the limitations that we wrestle with. And so today's topic is healing your inner child. Healing your inner child. Healing your inner child, transforming the parts of you that sabotage your success and financial abundance. If that resonates with anybody, put me in the chat. If that resonates with you, put me in the chat. Healing your inner child. If that resonates with you, put me in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I want to invite you to really step into this deeper understanding of how your inner childhood, your childhood experiences still shape the way you think, how it shapes the way you feel and respond to success and abundance. This is your moment to begin healing the parts of you that may still be operating from old emotional patterns. My intention is clear. My intention is for you to feel clarity, compassion, and empowerment as you meet your inner child with honesty, clarity from yesterday, and compassion. And so as we do this, we illuminate that part of us that is so precious. Because I don't know if has anybody ever done any inner child work before in here? Has anybody ever done any inner child work? And this is a good time to go ahead and start to share out the live because we've already surpassed. Okay, I want to pronounce that. Is that Pui? Hey, Amy, good to see you on, superstar. Maisha, no. Okay, Pui. Okay, great. I definitely wanted to pronounce that correctly. And so for all of our newbies, again, welcome in. So glad to have y'all in here. Today's topic is one that is really, really touchy. It's touching. I remember the first time that I did inner work with my inner child. That inner child is is so precious. And many times that inner child is still to this day, after being on this planet for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, that inner child is still suffering from trauma that it experienced, you experienced. And until that pain is one, acknowledged, until that pain is acknowledged, until that pain is healed, it is very difficult for us to build a life that is purely abundant and purely prosperous. That's why when you find people who have amassed wealth and they've never addressed the healing of their inner child, they become narcissistic. They become mean because they never did the inner work, and so they're operating from that hurt that's still within them. It's a part of the matrix of who they are. And so I remember when I began to do my own inner work, as far as just having a conversation with the inner child, the 5-year-old version. And for a moment, I want everybody to kind of close their eyes. I know y'all are tapping, and I appreciate it so much. But for a moment, if you would, just pause for a second. It's okay. And I want you to envision yourself as a very young child, whether you're 3 or 4, 5 years old. I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to see yourself as that little child. And right now in that moment, I want you to acknowledge that you see them. Just simply say, I see you. Look that 5-year-old version of you right in their precious little face. See yourself and say, I see you. You remember when your face was full and your cheeks were fat and your eyes were bright. Now that you've brought your awareness to that inner child, I want that inner child to sit with us today. Is that cool with everybody? If that's cool with you, put yes in the chat. If that's cool with you, put yes in the chat, put yes in the chat. Delisa said the first time she did that, she cried for hours. I remember the very first time that I did it, I had moments where I'm going to have some transparency here if that's okay. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. I'm going to have some moments here today. I was really young, and there was a season where, my parents weren't together. And I remember when my dad was on his way to come pick me up. And I remember sitting out on the porch. This is the 5-year-old version of me that I see. And I remember sitting out on the porch, waiting. Now my dad was really busy. I mean, he was. He wasn't a bad person. He was just a busy person. He was a practicing attorney, and in all rights, he was very successful. But there was a moment. Thank you, Mimi. There was a time when I sat there and I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and I watched my mother struggle with the fact that it did not look as if my dad was going to make it on time or even at all. And the sadness that that 5-year-old version of me experienced was traumatic. It actually shaped me in such a way that I am never late. And if I'm late, especially when it comes, I show up so much, like for my babies, for my children. I don't miss a thing. I don't miss a thing. And if I do, it is, they know well in advance. It's not a last minute thing. But anybody can relate to what I'm talking about, that inner child and having to wrestle with the disappointment very early on and trying to process that in your little 4 or 5-year-old mind. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody relate with that? That's really tough for a child to experience, because that child has to wrestle with things and emotions that it truly just does not understand. Good to see you in here, Karen. Good to see you. Thank you so much for that daily heart me. Yes, and so did my son. And I can't imagine what it feels like. See, my children don't know what that feels like. I can't imagine what it feels like for a parent to watch their child wrestle with that. The inner child influences the emotional habits and beliefs that shape adult decisions. At 5, me and my cousins were caught in a drive-by. He got hit in the hand. Wow. At 5. Wow, Antoine. Oh, that's a wow. Many of us have many of our inner child, our children, our young selves have seen and experienced so much, but it's never been addressed. Today, that's what we're going to do. Today, that's what we're going to do. So again, I want you to envision that your inner child is sitting right here with us. And so they are front and center. And so they're the focus. So, but I want you to understand what the inner child has dealt with and what it has caused in your adult life. So part 1, the inner child as the architect of your reality. If y'all are ready for part 1, put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 1, put 1 in the chat. Absolutely, Amy. It had to be terrifying. You're only 5. You're a baby. An absolute baby. Here we go. The inner child as the architect of your reality. The inner child influences the emotional habits and beliefs that shape adult decisions, reactions, and financial patterns. At my mother passes away, horrible for me. Songbird says, I'm scared to look back. My inner child and I are ready for one. Here we go. So, and let me lay this foundation for all of my newbies. And again, if you're a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie by simply just putting newbie in the chat. If you put newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. But let me lay this foundationally. We live in an energetic universe, and I lay this foundation every single day when we come on here and do lives. We live in an energetic universe, and this energetic universe, hey Maisha, y'all love on Maisha. If we haven't acknowledged you already, just let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat so that we can acknowledge you. Then we can love on you a little bit. Y'all love on Maisha. We live in an energetic universe, and this energetic universe it has a language. It has a language, and the language of this energetic universe is vibration. It's frequency. And so you may say, well, AD, well, where does this frequency come from? It arises out of us. It arises out of our subconscious mind. The thoughts that we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, they create what I like to call the protocol of alignment. And that protocol of alignment creates a resonance, a frequency, and that frequency is projected out into the quantum field. And the quantum field then reflects that back to us as reality. So where your focus goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So this reality that we experience every single day out here, this reality that we experience, literally is systemic of what is on the inside. It is literally just a mirror of what's happening internally. So as a man thinketh, so is he. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Universal law of correspondence says, as within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. So very simply put, again, this vibrational frequency that we create, that we emit from us, we're broadcasting 24/7. We are literally creating, co-creating our reality by the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we feel. All right? And if that makes sense for everybody, because I got to make sure that that's foundationally, that everybody understands that. If you understand that, put yes in the chat. Because if you don't, we don't want to leave anybody behind. If we don't want to leave anybody behind. If it makes sense, if you understand it, if you get it, put yes in the chat. Yes, good to see you in here, Key. Good to see you. Dr. Verse, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for that daily heart me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So back to our topic. So now we can move forward. All right. Thank you, Candace. I'm glad everybody gets it. So listen, y'all are just smart people. Y'all already understand that. See, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. And so hopefully you'll hang out with us and keep hanging out with us. All right, here we go. The inner child influences the emotional habits and beliefs that shape adult decisions, reactions, and financial patterns. Childhood experiences become the quiet lens through which success and abundance are interpreted. So many of the things that you experienced as a child, as it pertains to success, as it pertains to your happiness, your joy, your peace, how you see abundance, wealth, prosperity, quite often is through the lens of your inner child. And so many times, there were many of us who experienced brokenness. There are many of us who experienced a scarcity community, raised in a family where struggle and scarcity was a normal day-to-day routine. That, hearing themes like money doesn't grow on trees and all of those things, they, you just heard it. We heard those themes over and over and over again. Money doesn't grow on trees. That whole speech that we got when we went right before we walked into the grocery store. Y'all know the one. Y'all know the one. Don't look at anything. Don't touch anything. Because you're not buying anything. All of that stuff. My inner child is 4. This is when my worst trauma attacked. This is the root of my struggles. You're in the right place today, Pooey. So glad that you're in here with us. So again, early moments of rejection. That's right, Amy. Don't ask for anything because we're not getting it. That was a part of the dialogue. That was a part of what we were told. Early moments of rejection, comparison, or not enoughness create invisible limits around what feels possible. What feels possible? What feels right? What makes you feel worthy? And they had no idea how they were shaping us, because in so many ways, there were things that we wanted to have and we felt that we should have had. But because of the way we were handled or mishandled in that season of being a little child, it gave us a scarcity mindset, and it attacked our worth, because many times they associated what they gave us to what we gave them. We had to perform, we had to show up a particular way. And if we didn't show up and perform a particular way, then oftentimes we were punished for the thing. No meant no. It was a tough season for many people because it constantly defined how we saw ourselves during that time. So again, early moments of rejection. So when you asked for something and you were rejected and you were told no, or if you went in for a hug, and if you went in to cuddle and you were told to move, to get off me because you're hot, those are traumatic experiences. Thank you so much, A Harmon. Thank you. Sean, glad to see you back on here today. These are tough conversations, but we're gonna get through them today for sure. So early moments of rejection, constantly having the know that you're not enough, or having to prove yourself over and over and over again, or looking for love and affection and attention, but not receiving the love and attention. And so that caused us to experience rejection when all the parents didn't show up or family members didn't show up, and they weren't a part of your day-to-day routine, they weren't a part of your day-to-day life, that we felt the rejection of that. We also dealt with comparison. Oh God, why can't you be like your brother? Why can't you be like your sister? Why can't you be like this? Why can't you do that? Where you begin to see things through the lens of other people's eyes. You were so young, you didn't have a set of lenses that were crafted by yourself. They were lenses that were crafted by other people. So again, early moments of rejection, comparison, are not enoughness. The feeling that you are not enough. These are things that were entrenched and ingrained, and they create these invisible limits around what you feel is possible. So as an adult, you begin to hold on to things and you wonder why you can't attract wealth and abundance and prosperity and healing and all of that. It literally is systemic of the traumas, the hurt, the rejection, the comparison, all of the things that you experienced as a young child. And it's okay. Come on up here, inner child, because we're going to handle this today. Emotional environments. Emotional environments from childhood often become the blueprint for adult behavior. If you grew up in an abusive situation, oftentimes you find yourself either overcompensating or abusing people in your space too. So you may not abuse your children, but you may abuse your spouse. You may not abuse your friends, but the way you speak to the people closest to you may be rough. You may punish them by withdrawing your affection. And this is a big one. Anybody ever been the victim as a child? Or even, and this is where we do some inner work with the adult us. Anybody ever felt the withdrawal of a person's attention, love, or affection because you did not do what they wanted you to do? Songbird says, as an unhealed adult, I took care of sick parent. Old wounds festered, new wounds were created. Wow. I was ample. I was an apple of my parents' eye. I was adopted, so I was dealing with rejection. Thank you for sharing that, lady. That's a good thing, Antoine. That's a beautiful thing. There are many people, and I've dealt with many adult clients that have been punished. And when I say punished, they when you did not do when they didn't do what a parent or an adult were they asked you to do, or you didn't show up the way they wanted you to show up, you they withdrew their affection from you. They didn't want to talk to you. They act as if you weren't in the room. So they ostracized you. And so many people feel this alienation, that they were cut off from those affections. And so those affections, they lead into how you see yourself as worthy or unworthy. And so how is it that a person that has been programmed to feel moments of unworthiness believe that the universe sees them as worthy of abundance and prosperity. So subconsciously, and let me make sure you understand what your subconscious mind do, because as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, your subconscious mind, it loves repetition, it loves the familiar. It is partially, to great degree, the repository of what you've experienced in life. And that repository is like a database, and that database has it's just like a program that runs. And so those early childhood experiences literally write the coding for your programming. And so that programming, just like with a computer, is going to create what? An outcome. And so if you're looking at the outcome and not understanding the programming, then you're putting yourself at a major disservice when it comes to shifting the outcome. So the outcome is the outcome is the life that you're experiencing right now. The outcome is the life that you have seen for yourself every single day, not in your mind, but the one that you're experiencing as reality. And so 95% of what you and I experience as reality is systemic of the subconscious mind. And because it's systemic of the subconscious mind, it literally is the programming for which the outcomes come from. So if you don't like the outcomes of your life, if you don't like the outcomes, if you don't like the reality, you have to change the programming, because it's the programming that creates the outcome. It's the programming that creates the outcome. The programming comes to a great extent from childhood experiences. So that's why it's so important for us to do inner work, inner child work, to heal that inner child, so that all of the abandonment, the hurt, all of the stuff that we experienced, that we don't carry on and we don't pass down to our children or grandchildren. Fabulous says, my grandmother was hurt by my mother's passing, never embraced or said I love you, was just angry. Wow. And that's our experience, Candace. So let's keep going. Let's keep going, y'all. So emotional environments from childhood often become the blueprint for behavior, for adult behavior. So again, if you grew up in hostile environments, you tend to be aggressive. And you justify that bad behavior by saying, this is just me. This is just who I am. And so we have people in our space that are suffering from so much pain, but they're acting out of that pain by being aggressive, by being mean, but they think or justify it by saying, "Oh, I'm just direct like that," or "I am," or "This is just how I am." No, you can change that. You can become a better person. You just don't have to accept those aspects of yourself. That's just it. All right. Emotional environments from childhood often become the blueprint of adult behavior. What emotional atmosphere did you grow up in? And so when you kind of step back and you kind of look back at your life, some of us grew up in healthy environments. Some of us did not. Some of us grew up in loving households. Some of us grew up in households that did not have that type of love or unconditional love or even peace. There was always arguing, there was always fussing, there was always stress over finances. There was always something going on that had something to do around money. And so financial trauma, and I'm gonna get into this in a second. Financial trauma is a big piece of the puzzle. So when it comes to attracting wealth and abundance and prosperity, but as a childhood, you witnessed financial trauma like the loss of a house, foreclosure, eviction, lights being turned off, not having enough food in the house, not having certain things, or being told no about basic fundamental things. You weren't able to go on the field trips in school. You weren't able to, you may not have had all of the nice clothes like everybody else did. So those environments, growing up in those type of environments, it creates a blueprint. And so that blueprint upon your subconscious mind puts you in a space where you now begin to operate from that and that alone. All right. And you guys are tapping away. We're at 21K. We're at 21K. We should be a little bit higher than this. And I know I told y'all to kind of pause on the tapping, but we got to get some goals up in here. Let's go ahead and tap 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 away because tapping is clapping. All right, here we go. If you're ready for part two, put two in the chat. If you're ready for part two, put two in the chat. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I see the boost. I see the boost. Excellent. The subconscious mind and the stories you still carry. You just came in, Elena. Our topic for today. Our topic for today is healing the inner child. Thank you, Songbird, for grabbing that daily heart me. Let's wipe our tears for a minute. No, I get it. Listen, I get it. Like I said, this is a tough topic today, but it's one that's needed. You know, healing that inner child so that we can literally step into a space where we're transforming the parts of us that literally sabotage our success, that sabotages our financial ability, our ability to attract wealth and abundance into our lives. So, part two, the subconscious mind and the stories you still carry. The subconscious mind holds childhood's imprints and responds to them as if they are present day truths. Pui says, I feel very blessed to have came accepted to your life. Oh, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came too. Thank you so much, Fine Wine, for those. My goodness, what do you call those things? Pop Fest. Thank you, thank you. And again, as you guys come in, make sure you grab those daily heart me's. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. The wounded child shows up in adults. Oh no, I'm going wrong. I'm skipping ahead of myself. The subconscious holds childhood imprints and responds to them as if they are present day truths. The subconscious doesn't argue. It accepts repetition and emotion as reality. Remember, the subconscious mind is not it's not logical. It doesn't lend to logic. It lends to emotion. It lends to emotion. And it loves repetition. So, unfortunately, many of us, when we have a clear intention and an elevated emotion, I love to say it creates magic. But when you have a childhood experience of an intention or an experience, a traumatic experience, and it's paired with a heightened emotion, it creates a psychological anchor, what we call triggers. And that subconscious mind holds that as a blueprint. So again, the subconscious mind does not argue. It just accepts, it just receives. And so in our childhood experience, if we experience the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, the same neglect over and over and over again, the same devaluing over and over and over again, if they talk to you rough, if they talk to you as if you were always the problem, and that was the vibrational frequency or the environment that you were raised in and cultivated in, it becomes a part of the blueprint. It doesn't argue. That's right. That's right, Janae. Janae says the body always keeps score, even if you don't. Even if you don't keep score, your body remembers. Your body remembers the pain. Your body remembers the trauma. All of the things that you experience, you may even actually tuck it away and may forget it. But energetically, it stays a part of your electromagnetic field. It is a part of your memory. A person's inner world influences the outcomes they attract. And so we talk about the vibration where your focus goes, energy flows, and vibration and manifestation soon follows. I'm going to say that again. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Now, here's the thing about that. Emotionally, what do we say emotion is? Emotion is energy in motion. And so wherever energy in motion is, wherever energy is, there's going to be a manifestation in some type way. So the things that you experienced emotionally, traumatically as a child, those emotional blueprints begin to foster and create realities and also foster a lens through which you experience life. And so when you take, without having healed that child, that inner child, you bring all of that stuff into your adulthood because, and you allow that to become a part of an anchored system to where you are locked in a vibrational frequency of lack, want, scarcity, not successful, and struggling because you see the possibility. There's a part of you that sees, thank you, Fine Wine. There's a part of you that sees the possibility. You have been exposed to people that are successful. You have been exposed to things outside of yourself that you say, wait a minute, I can do that, I can do this. But as you begin to move into the new you, as we always talk about the new you, moving into that new identity, the problem is that you are still wrestling with the pains of the past because you haven't dealt with the inner child. You haven't healed that inner child. Because until we address and heal the inner child, there are limiting beliefs that you will be holding on to that will keep you in vibrational disharmony with wealth, abundance, prosperity, healing, all of those things. So this inner child work is so vitally important where you begin to release all of this stuff. These beliefs absorbed the majority. How can I put this? The beliefs that you hold on to now, you literally absorb them as a child, and so now they become a part of something so profound and prolific in your life that it's hard to get beyond them without addressing it. And so its ugly head continues to show up over and over and over again, and you didn't even call its name. You didn't even ask for it to show up. It just is because many of us are the beneficiary of things that we didn't even ask for. The trauma is a dirty filter. It's baked in. That's right, Sky. Even ones in your own unconscious. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. The beliefs absorbed before maturity often become assumptions that shape financial and emotional outcomes. If you're ready for part 3, put 3 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 3, put 3 in the chat. And listen, and listen, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead, as we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and do this right now because we're nearing the top of the hour. And I always do this at the top of the hour. Make sure that you go nowhere because we're going to continue with this deep conversation. And right now, if any part of what we have been talking about, I'm going to tell you right now, if any part of what we've been talking about has resonated with you so far at any meaningful level, when it comes to wealth and abundance and being able to attract wealth and abundance, I wrote this book and released it this year. It's called Cracking the Abundance Code. I released it in April of this year. And we've sold a bunch of copies, and you guys buy me out every month. I wrote this book, and if you can see it down here, does everybody see this banner? Does everybody see this banner right here? If any part of our conversation today has resonated with you at any meaningful level, thank you, Captivating. Thank you, Fine Wine. Okay, great. I'm glad y'all can see it. I need you to go ahead and get your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. If you have not gotten it, go ahead and get your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, because if any part of what we've been talking about resonates with you at any true and deep level, you definitely want to grab your copy of this. Thank you. I just see Sanity Smiles. We're going to celebrate the fact that Sanity Smiles just grabbed their copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. Yes. Excellent. Y'all, let's celebrate Sanity Smiles. Grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. You definitely want to do that. You got yours yesterday, Eddie. Awesome. This book is going to help you to first and foremost begin to recognize the limiting beliefs that you've been wrestling with. So the very first chapter in the book, is on limiting beliefs. It is on limiting beliefs. And so it's so that you can actually recognize what those limiting beliefs are, how they show up, what the root of them are. And so once you recognize what they are, you can begin to address them. Because there's so many limiting beliefs, the things that cause you to procrastinate, the things that cause you to not pull the trigger. And so these limiting beliefs, this is a huge variable in the equation because so many of us experience financial traumas and all of those things. So grabbing a copy of Cracking the Abundance Code is going to be your first step in order to move you in the direction of what is naturally yours. See, let me put this out here. Always remember that abundance and prosperity is your natural state. Let no one ever tell you anything otherwise. And I'm not just talking about financial or material wealth. I'm talking about the type of abundance that leads to healing. I'm talking about joy, peace, happiness, wonderful relationships. These are things that are in the same sphere as abundance. And so vibrationally, what happens is you become a mismatch for wealth and abundance because your very natural state is abundance. Your natural state is abundance. Why? Because you came from abundance. Prosperity is your natural state. You came from abundance. The source that you come from is abundant. Everything that is came from that source. And so if you came from that source, the very nature of you is prosperous and abundant too. The only thing for many of you, because you're doing the work, many of you are doing the work. You're doing the manifestation journals. You guys are meditating. You did all of the stuff that you needed to do. I mean, like you're lighting your candles. You're doing your meditations. You got your affirmations going. You have all kinds of things that you are doing, and you're doing them right. You got your vision boards. All of those things are absolutely amazing and wonderful, and they do work. But if the abundance hasn't shown up yet to great degree, it is because you are a vibrational mismatch for that alignment. Captivating, y'all. Let's celebrate Captivating for grabbing her copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. Thank you so much, Captivating, for grabbing your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. We're gonna get that out to you today. And so many of you have experienced so much that creates a vibrational mismatch for yourself and abundance, that connection between the two, and it puts you in a space where you're just not receiving it. You should be receiving it, but you have to recognize those limiting beliefs. And then the next chapter in this is on quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. That's what you definitely want to do. So understanding quantum leaping into it. Listen, somebody else just grabbed their copy. Fran Reed. Congratulations, Fran Reed. You grabbed your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. That's exciting. Thank you so very much. Let's celebrate Fran for grabbing that. And when you do order your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, I'm actually going to personalize it. I'm going to put your name in here. I'm going to put a note in. I'm going to sign it. I'm actually going to put a little gift inside because the book is actually the tip of the iceberg. So when you get your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, look inside of it. Look inside of it for that gift because, again, this is the tip of the iceberg. There's an entire program that goes along with Cracking the Abundance Code. So make sure that you grab your copy. I'm going to leave this up here for 5 more seconds. Good. Excellent. So grab this. It's really going to be impactful and empowering. And this is a great time to do it as we head into the holiday season and we wrap up this calendar year. You definitely want to have this in your space, in your energetic sphere, because this needs to be a part of what you got going on right now because you deserve it. It's just who you are. And so we're going to keep going on with our topic of the day of healing that inner child. And I'm going to put this up here. Let me unpin this really quickly. And for those of you who do meditation, do I have anybody in here who does meditation? Anybody meditate in here? If you meditate in here, put me in the chat if you do any meditation. Fran does meditation. Amy does meditation. All right. Anybody else do any meditation? Fine wine, Pui. Excellent. In your meditation time, as you know, in your meditation time, it is so important that you bring the right vibrational frequency. We talked about clarity yesterday and being very clear about what it is your intentions are. Let me put this here. We have developed a series of candles, the triple bliss meditation candle set. These are my absolute favorite. This right here is this one I'm going to go over real quick, and then we're going to jump back into our talk for today. The first one, which is one of my favorites in the Triple Bliss series of candles, is the Abundance Candle. The Abundance Candle, each one of the candles are soy, 100% soy-based candles. They are infused. You got your candles yesterday, Amy. Awesome, awesome. You opened them. Oh, they smell so good. So yeah, they are infused with natural essential oils. And so like the Abundance Candle, it has lemongrass and bergamot. And if you do the research on lemongrass and bergamot, they are in vibrational harmony with wealth, prosperity, and abundance. So as you're doing your meditation, this amplifies what it is that you're doing as far as your ability to attract into your electromagnetic field. I'm telling you right now, if y'all know, you know. I'm just gonna say, if you know, you know. And at this price point, you can't get one of these type candles for that price point. So at that, this is the very first one. So we have the Abundance Candle. The second one is my very, very favorite one as far as what it smells like. You know what? We tried Sanity Smiles. We tried the wooden wicks and they just did not work. We tried the wooden wicks and it was just an utter failure. It was an utter failure for the wooden wicks. In fact, that's what we started off with and it was terrible. They wouldn't burn right and we couldn't source the right actual wicks and it was just terrible. So when we went with the other wicks, we've had no problems. They've been wonderful. This is this is the rose candle. This is the heal. This candle is great for healing. This candle is great for when you do your meditations and you're trying to get into that space where you are pulling that in. Yeah, it did suck because we really I wanted the wood because I looked how it looked and all of that stuff. So, but look at this. Look how beautiful this is. These are actual rose petals that we put inside of the heal candle. And if anybody understands the vibrational frequency of rose oil, the rose oil is powerful. The rose oil is powerful when it comes to healing. So the essential rose oil that's in this candle is absolutely amazing. And if y'all want to know how I got back and I got back in the grind so quick after I had my little sniffles from my grandson the other day, partially just the rose. And then the last one, and then we're going to keep going. Yeah, yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. The rose oil will help you come out of depression. You're absolutely right, Fine Wine. So the candles in their natural state are absolutely amazing. This one, Happy. This is also one of my favorites because I love lemon verbena. If y'all know lemon verbena, when y'all go to those spas and them high-end properties, this is absolutely. Can you put rose oil in bath water? Absolutely, you can put rose oil in bath water if it is 100% essential oil. Now, none of that fake stuff. I'm just telling you that right now. And so, what I love about our candles is that we put we use 100% natural soy, and we also have the essential oils in there. And so with the essential oils, you can actually take this out. You can, like when it's burning, you can take it out and you can put it on your skin and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Because it just feels good. It smells good. And the essential oil in this one is lemon verbena. It really elicits this really happy feeling. So during your meditation times, you want to have this entire set. So you get all three candles, the happy, the heal, and the abundance candle for the 39 bucks. And so go ahead and grab that, and we're gonna ship those out today. And so now we're gonna get back with our topic. If y'all are ready, thank you so much, everybody. I am going to unpin this in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and unpin that bad boy, and we are going to, let me see, can we put the link up again? Yeah. I'll put the link up right now. Because I hadn't removed it. There you go. And I will put it up for both things. Can you see it, Elena? Hey, Scarlett, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, excellent. And bam. Hopefully everybody can see it. Excellent. All right, Elena, y'all. Well, let's celebrate Elena for grabbing her triple bliss meditation set. Awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. And we're going to ship those out today. So let's go ahead. Thank you for grabbing that daily heart me, Scarlett. And so let me remove these bad boys because they like me to hold them up and all that kind of stuff while they're in here. And I don't have time for all of that while I'm teaching. That doesn't work. All right. Thank y'all so much. So let's go. All right. We're back at it. See, we did that in just a few minutes. Excellent. All right. Let's keep going. So I had y'all to put 3 in the chat already. So we're going to just keep going. The emotional signature of the wounded child. I've been waiting to buy candles, but I have not found any. It gravitated. Listen, see, it just came to you today. That's a good thing. All right. The emotional signature of the wounded child. The wounded child shows up in adulthood through patterns that feel stuck and confusing. If you want to know if you are wrestling with the wounded child, if you find yourself feeling stuck, if you find yourself feeling stuck and confused, watch this. Procrastination, perfectionism. This is the wounded child now. Here are some of the signs. Here are some of the signs. Procrastination, perfectionism, people pleasing, and fear of failure often originate in unresolved childhood emotions. I'm going to say that again. If you want to write this down, if you want to write this down, this is a good thing to jot down. How do you recognize the wounded child? All of the above. Let's talk about each one. Procrastination. Procrastination, that's right, tapping is clapping. Procrastination, patterns of feeling stuck. Oh, patterns of feeling stuck? Here it is. The wounded child shows up in adulthood through patterns of feeling stuck or confusion, or like you feel states of being confused. All right? Procrastination. Procrastination, we know what procrastination is. Procrastination is a thief. Y'all have heard me say it many, many times. Procrastination is a thief, right? All right? Procrastination is a thief, and it continues to show up in ways that truly do not serve. Procrastination lulls you into this false sense of comfort. And really what procrastination is avoidance masked. Simply by telling yourself, "Oh, you don't have to do it right now. You can send that email tomorrow." Oh, you want to buy a house. You know what? You don't have to go today. You got a few things that you need to do. You got all next week that you can handle it. There's a business that you were supposed to have launched 2 years ago. I just sat on somebody's front porch. There's a business that you were supposed to launch two weeks ago, 2 years ago. There was a book that you were supposed to have written already. The book should have already been on the shelves, but you haven't done it yet. You continue to procrastinate over and over again. So again, there was a business that you were supposed to have launched. There was a relationship that you were supposed to have ended. There was something that you were supposed to have canceled a long time ago, but you haven't canceled it yet. And because you haven't canceled it, it puts you in a place where it's just a reminder that you are procrastinating. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody have a business that they were supposed to have launched 2 years ago? Anybody? If anybody have a business that they should have launched years ago? Come on. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Fabulous. Come on. I know. All right, Elena. All right, Fine Wine. Look at Pui. Look at Voodoo. Come on now. Look at this. Wow. Relaunch. I'm sitting on your lawn, agent. Come on now. All the way down to the chocolate cake I was supposed to bake. Look at this. Look at this. And let me put this out here because procrastination is a huge one. It's so huge. It's so big. It's so big. And I asked this question. Procrastination is my biggest vice because it lulls you into this false sense of security. It feels warm and fuzzy. And there are a few things that cause the procrastination. Fear. It causes you to not pull the trigger because sometimes we don't like rejection. So if there's a possibility of a no, we avoid taking the steps by procrastinating because the more we procrastinate, we delay the possible no that we can get. And so again, those are signs of an unhealed childhood trauma or wound. Let's keep going. I love to ask the question, where is the wealthiest place on the planet? Where's the wealthiest place? And some of y'all already know the answer, so y'all be quiet. Y'all know the ones who've been in here with me for months now, y'all be quiet. Y'all already know the answer. But for my newbies, where is the wealthiest place on earth? The mind. That's a good one, Voodoo. I like that one. I do like one. Mimi talking about the bank. Girl, get off. See, that's why you in the back. See. Listen, okay, for my newbies, let me help y'all. We have the classroom is broken up into sections. We have the back of the room. We have the front of the room. And see, the back of the room is where the bad kids that cut up and say all kind of crazy stuff. The good kids, y'all sit up in the front. Y'all pay attention in class and all of that. And not to say that y'all, the ones in the back don't pay attention in class. They just like to cut up. Mimi around here talking about the bank. Tell me what this place on them. Oh, peace of mind. That's a good one. Yes, known as the peanut gallery. Yes, Elena, you back there in the back with them. Going on back there with them. You with them. Mimi, Fine Wine, Fabulous, and Antoine. That's right. And Trinity on certain days. On certain days. Yeah. Tell me, come on back here in the back. We got cookies. See how she fit? See how she fit right on in? She bringing cookies and stuff into class. Okay, I love y'all. All right, let's go. But no, the wealthiest place on the planet, and somebody did put it in there. I saw it. They said the graveyard. The graveyard. And Janae is over here dying laughing, talking about those are my folks. The graveyard. The graveyard is the wealthiest place on earth. The graveyard. And the reason why the graveyard is the wealthiest place on earth is because it is filled with people that have left here. But as they left, they took to the grave with them all of their wonderful possibilities. All of the books never written, all of the songs never sung, all of the poems never written, all of the artwork never created, all of the businesses that never were launched. The graveyard is the wealthiest place on the planet because it represents the passing and the holding space, for all of the possibilities that could have been. But because of procrastination, many people never launch those businesses. Many people never write those books. They never write those songs. They never do any of the things that they have dreamt of doing and have seen and they came here to this planet to do, but they never did them. And because they didn't do them, they took those beautiful dreams and all of that wonderful stuff with them to the grave. The graveyard is the wealthiest place on earth. So procrastination is a clear sign of the wounded child that's within us. So if you find yourself procrastinating, there's definitely a possibility that you are dealing with a wounded child that's still within you. Let's go to the next one. Perfectionism. Now I have been guilty of this. Anybody familiar with perfectionism, where everything has to be right, everything has to be in its place, in its space? Perfectionism. That would be me. Your hand tired today? Your hand, don't be tired. Listen, don't, agent, don't, your hand don't need to be tired. Is it procrastination when you're always helping others first? Yes, that is procrastination because you need to be focused on yourself first and foremost. You've been in here long enough. You already know that. You have to handle your dreams and wishes first. And then once you have room to handle somebody else's stuff, because it's easy to handle and help somebody else because because that's like beautiful procrastination. Because as you help other people, it makes you feel good while you're really placating yourself from jumping out there and doing the thing, Mimi. Jumping out there, I love Mimi's question. As you jump out there and do the thing yourself, you'll find freedom and excitement and passion. But when you jump out there and you help other people do their thing, it pacifies and placates you at the same time, but it's still procrastination masked as help. I hope I helped. That was a good one. The music must be right. That perfectionism. Many of us, Fabulous, Delisa says me. Fabulous says very familiar. Songbird says the music must be right. That would be me too. Come on, come on. I'm exhausted helping. Lori says I'm exhausting helping family, working on helping me. There you go, Lori. You have to choose you. See, that was another talk that we did. You have to be the main character in your own story, and oftentimes we aren't. Oftentimes, especially moms, you listen, moms, wives, you wind up putting yourself on the back burner, making sure that that your significant other is okay, making sure that your children are fine, making sure that your family members are good, and especially if you're the oldest. If you're the oldest sibling, you make sure that everybody is okay first and all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't feel good through after a period of time. No, it doesn't feel good, Mimi. It can't feel good because you have to focus on yourself. Whatever dreams you have to manifest, whatever it is that you're looking to create in your own life, you have to focus on that thing first. Do I help people? Absolutely. I help people all of the time. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I am straight first. Because if I'm not straight first, if I'm not emotionally balanced first, I can be of no good and no assistance to anybody else. So, Mimi, it's nothing wrong with you helping people. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you and your needs have to be met first. Does that make sense, everybody, when I'm sharing with Mimi? I noticed I was passing my perfectionism to my kids and began to heal it in me. Wow. I am the oldest. See, look at that. There it is. It is tiring. Come on now. There it is. So we're moving in the right direction, you all. We're moving in the right direction. So perfectionism. Perfectionism is everything having to be right. So when I wrote my very first book many years ago, Firstborn Everything. I see you, Mimi. Many years ago, when I wrote my first book, and I was, and if anybody has started working and writing on any book in here, I was constantly editing. I was constantly changing. Every time I would read it, I would find a word that I could change, or before because I could have released the book a long time ago. I just sat there and just kept editing and kept going through it and perfecting it, not knowing that I was procrastinating at the same time. Yeah, that's what I did. I remember writing business plans and proposals, constantly editing, constantly going through it, constantly perfecting it, making sure that everything all right. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. I am constantly addressing the same things over and over again until a friend of mine came into the office that was a published author. And he said, "Look here, man, how's everything going with the book?" I said, "Man, I'm just editing." He said, "How long you been editing?" I said, "I've been editing for the last few months." He said, "Listen, let me tell you something. Just get it to a point and let it go. Because every time you pick up that book, you're going to find something to change and something to do. Just let it go, let it fly. Get it to a place where you're comfortable and just let it go, because every time you pick it up, if you pick it up again, you're going to find something else you need to change. And so what was happening with me was that subversively, I was wrestling with procrastination because I did not want to deal with the pains of the fear of having published something that wasn't successful. And so with that being the case, I had to recognize that. And so as the wounded child, what we're talking about today, the wounded child is going to be a perfectionist. They're going to constantly find ways to perfect everything in their space. Uh, you might be in the wrong room, but you more than welcome to hang out because we'll help you. And be very mindful because we have some serious moderators in here. Be very careful. Be very careful because they listen, they're quick on the trigger. I promise you that. But you're more than welcome to stay, M. I promise you, you are. All right. Oh, shoot. You didn't last long. Come on. Listen. Fine wine. I'm sorry. Y'all, listen. Janae said we don't play up in here. Oh, God. I love y'all so much. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, baby. You don't got to go home, but y'all see how these y'all are so okay. I'm sorry. All right, we got stuff to go. We got stuff to do. I love y'all so much. Oh, goodness. And I forgot, if anybody wants to be a part of the virtual hypnosis experience tonight, I forgot. It's tonight, y'all. It's tonight. Okay. Oh, God. Listen, for many of y'all who have never experienced the virtual hypnosis experience, it's tonight. It's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a registration that you have to do. It's a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. And so, so listen, I want to invite you to be with us tonight. I want you to, I'm inviting everybody on both platforms, both YouTube and on TikTok. If you have never experienced hypnosis, but you want to try it out, you're curious about it. Listen, my mods, go ahead and put that information up there to help the folks and where they can actually find it. So I need you to do the registration. There's still time. There it is. And where can they find that? Fine Wine. Go ahead and pin that. Thank you so much. And listen, we would love to have you with us this evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our virtual hypnosis experience. It's on Zoom, and you have to do the registration. It's so we look forward to having you with us. I'm excited for tonight because it's going to be powerful. It literally is going to be powerful. It's going to be life changing. It's designed to help you to become the absolute best version of yourself for this season, especially as we close out the calendar year. So I invite y'all to be a part of it. So let's keep going. Thank you. All right. So again, procrastination, perfectionism, people pleasing. This is a big one. This is a huge one. Many of us find ourselves pleasing. We people please because we want to be accepted by the tribe. I tried to make everything perfect, even the ones who hurt me. That's a part of the process. See, I get it, captivating. I get it. I get it. This is a part of the process, but that's why we have to address it at a deeper, because see, these are just the outcroppings. These are just the fruits of a wounded child, that wounded inner child. So people pleasing, we already know what people pleasing is. People pleasing is huge. People pleasing is a huge part of our experience for many of us, because we want to be accepted by the tribe. We want to be loved by the tribe. So we bend over backwards and we put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth. We're not the main character in our own story. That's right, it's a fear of abandonment. So we people please. We do everything that we can to make everybody else around us happy and fulfilled. This week, a number of you are going to be people pleasing. We people please. We people please. This week, we're going to be sitting there making sure that family members that we don't deal with are happy. We're going to make sure that family members are okay, that the kids are there. All of that stuff, years and years of people pleasing. I haven't been on a main character energy for years. And so it's time. It's time. That's right, Jody. No, not anymore. Good. Not this year. Excellent. Excellent, Sanity. Excellent. But finding yourself being a people pleaser. One of my closest friends is a people pleaser, and there's nothing I can do to help change him because he got to want to change it for himself. He sees it as a superpower, but he's always drained. He's always stressed. He always finds himself fully drained emotionally, mentally, and financially because he's so busy pleasing other people. This year, my right choices versus good choices are for me. That's right, it is exhausting. That's right, Janae. So these are signs, again, these are signs of the wounded child, people pleasing, the fear of failure, the fear of failure, not pulling the trigger. Procrastinating is systemic of the fear of failure, not wanting to fail. Even sometimes the fear of success. Sometimes, and what I have found, the fear of success is bigger than the fear of failure because you understand that the moment you become successful, you become larger than your tribe. Because if you become larger than your tribe, if you become larger than your tribe, you're no longer accepted by your tribe. Thank you, I am. Thank you, Elena. Hypervigilance, that's a good one. Oh my God, hypervigilance is a I've had clients who dealt with hypervigilance because of the trauma that they experienced in childhood. They watched over there. They had I remember a particular client, they had a daughter and their hypervigilance was so debilitating that it obstructed everything. She didn't have a moment's peace, and neither did the baby. Neither did the child have a moment's peace because of the childhood trauma that she experienced. And so, because she went through such debilitating trauma as a child, she became so hypervigilant that she didn't let that baby out of her sight. And the moment she let her out of her sight, she would have anxiety and it would go through the roof. And I see it. Good to see you in here. I fear your success because I fear what would happen if I lose it all. That is another thing, but that's a scarcity mindset. And see, so the type of fear of success, so yes, it is a fear of success, but it's operating from a place of scarcity because a scarcity mindset simply says that at some point in time, the things that I achieve, I'm going to lose. That if I gain it, I'm going to lose it. So that moves out of that scarcity mindset. So that's a very, very powerful one. That's a very powerful one too. But when I'm talking about, there's a particular type of the fear of success. Sometimes it's because they become bigger than the tribe. And if they become bigger than the tribe, like you get your doctorate degree, you have high levels of success in your business, you have high levels of success in your life. And so as you come around your tribe is still dealing with mediocrity. Your tribe is not doing the things that they could have done or should have done. And it puts them in a space where they start to ostracize you because of your success. And so what you do is you sabotage your own success so that you can continue to be accepted by the mediocre tribe. It's like trying to place an ocean in a teacup. The responsibilities that go with being more successful may have your nervous system inflamed. That is very true, Janae. Very true. Never had stability. I struggle with decor and feeling at home, even though now I've been home for 6 years. These are all of the things. That's what I did, self-sabotage. See, that's right. I am. That's it. That's it. That's right. It's already happening. It's already happening, fine wine. So you see what I'm saying? These are the things that you begin to wrestle with. So again, but these are signs of the wounded child that has been unhealed. So again, procrastination, perfectionism, people pleasing, and the fear of failure or the fear of success often originate in unresolved childhood emotions. Financial behaviors such as overcharging, overspending, or self sabotaging. And see, listen, that undercharging thing is huge. I still apologize to them and try to help them. See, Laura, and that's the people pleasing thing, Lori. Unfortunately, that's the tough part because we still want to be a part of the tribe. We want to be loved by the tribe. We want to be accepted by the tribe. Financial behaviors such as undercharging, overspending, and self-sabotage can reflect old emotional wounds. Let's talk about that undercharging thing. That undercharging thing is huge, especially for where my service providers in here, my coaches, my healers. You guys have programs. My entrepreneurs, where y'all at? Lack of confidence. Y'all are in here. Thank you, A Town, Lori. Undercharging for your services. That goes back to thank you, Fabulous. Thank you, Jody. That goes back to because y'all already know when y'all start giving me those roses and I get those things, I teach a whole lot better. I promise you I teach a whole lot better. The more see that right there? See how Fabulous is doing that? Watch this and watch how I teach better. Watch this. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Undercharging for your services. Undercharging. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy, for that origami piece. Undercharging for your services. That comes from self-worth and self-value, how you see yourself. That's also people pleasing. That's also the fear. It's also the fear of rejection. So you undercharge so that or not charging at all, doing stuff for free. The devil is a lie. No, ma'am. No, sir. No. I'm sorry. Ooh, that tickled me over there, Janae. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. I would give my old friends my products because they begged me for them to buy stuff. Uh, wow. People don't respect free. They would buy strangers full prices. Yeah, I can see that. But so when you undercharge or don't charge at all, there's so many things that lead to that undercharging. One, again, you're people pleasing. Two, you're avoiding rejection because you want to put your price at a point that you will hope they'll say yes, even though you're losing money at the same time. You're offering a great service, you're offering a great product, you're undercharging because you don't want to deal with the possible no. That when you get ready to send them the invoice and they say, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know it was that expensive. Oh, that's high." Then here you begin to wrestle with the fear of rejection. And so to help navigate that or to avoid it, we call it avoidance, you begin to undercharge or not charge at all. So, but that is a sign, that is a clear sign of the emotionally unhealed child. And they are the most picky and the most picky and ask for extras or a special treatment. Yeah, you're right. They want special treatment. So no, we don't do that. We should support our friends, not take advantage of them. Well, unfortunately, those are the ones who do. You'll find Jody, you already know most often it'll be the strangers the strangers that will support you more than anything. They say a prophet is never accepted in his own town. And so, you just that's just how it is because they're familiar with the old Jew. They feel that they have some preferential space in your life or in your pocketbook because they know you. They know the old version of you. And so, you just have to stand 10 toes down on it. And so, especially as a coach, I understand. I remember when I began to start my coaching business, I just had the luxury of owning other businesses beforehand, and I was okay. Lost a client over my price of a longtime friend. Hey, listen, it's okay. It's listen, they were never your client to begin with. They were never your client to begin with. They were never your client. Sometimes it's okay to say no, and you have to be okay. You have to be okay with your no. I remember when I first started out, I would say, this was a good 15 years ago when I transitioned into another form of my coaching, because I've been doing this for over 20 years. And I remember I learned to simply say this, and this is free game for all my coaches. I would simply say, I understand. I say coaching is a lifestyle. Having a success coach is a lifestyle. And it's not a lifestyle that everyone can afford, and I purely understand. See how I did that right there? How does that sound? Having a coach, having a success coach is a lifestyle. You see what I did right there? And I understand. This lifestyle, and this is an expensive lifestyle, and this lifestyle is not for everyone. All right. That's it. And see, and let me tell you something. In the moment you stand 10 toes down on your price, you're gonna attract your right client. Yeah, I knew you would love that one, Fabulous. Go on and write that down. We're gonna put a pin in that one. And let me tell y'all, starting in December, this is just a little quick aside, and starting in December for all of my coaches and my entrepreneurs, in the Oasis, I'm going to be creating a coaches and entrepreneurs corner. And it's going to be a round table where we have conversations like this, and I help you guys to become better versions, better coaches for your clients and for yourself. All right. So you can begin to monetize what it is that you're doing. You can attract more wealth, more abundance, more clients, because it definitely is a mindset. It's a mindset and it's an embodiment. And I need to help you guys begin to embody that. So if that sounds good to you, if that sounds good to you, let me know, and make sure that you're in the Oasis when we kick that off. That's right, Janae. Janae says she's freaking excited. I'm glad you are freaking excited. Good. Yeah. So here it is. So let's keep going as we're gonna wrap up shortly. With this part. Financial behaviors such as undercharging, overspending, or self-sabotage can reflect old emotional wounds. Um, a child who felt responsible for others may struggle to value their own needs or prices at the same time. Where do you notice emotional reactions that feel younger than the age you are right now? Do you have reactions? Do you any triggers or things that you wrestle with, and just kind of hold that as a possibility? Just hold that. Sanity Smile says, started with a life coach last year, and he helped me set healthy boundaries. I've stuck to them for a year. Excellent. Congratulations, Sanity Smiles. That's a good thing. Absolutely. I love to hear that, because when you shift identity, what do we talk about identity? Identity, how you see yourself creates what? It creates standards and boundaries. And so those standards and boundaries that you began to move into, I'm so glad to hear that you stuck to yours. So that's absolutely amazing. I love it. Trigger, a 7 year old, at 7 years old, my mom. It's been a rough but peaceful year. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, will I ask the question again? The question is, where do you notice emotional reactions that feel younger than the age you are right now? Because we're talking about the emotional signature of the wounded child that is still there. I do have standards and I have boundaries. I've done the therapy. Excellent, Lori. Excellent. I raised my sisters from sixth grade through college. I got a story. Coaching is a lifestyle. Definitely. Rejection. No one checking on me. Wow. When parents make you feel responsible for their happiness, it's triggered. Oh, yeah, that's big. That's big. When I sense rejection, children are to be seen, not heard. Yeah, that foolishness. There we go. There we go. Good. So I want you to hold on to that question. If you ready for part 4, your choice in men. Oh wow. All right, if y'all ready for part 2, always accepting being last. Yeah, the devil is a lie with that one, Mimi. The devil is a lie. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. If y'all are ready for part 4, put 4 in the chat. And we're tapping away. We're about 20K away from our 100K goal. And we're going to start shifting that goal, man. We're going to get that goal up to about, we'll get that goal up to about 150 over the next few weeks. I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, can't y'all taste that? Can't y'all taste that? We're going to get to like our standard, like right now, us getting to 100K is like the benchmark. But see, y'all did something yesterday. I saw y'all hit 135,000 likes yesterday. So, are you gonna be tapping too? See, like you listen, Mimi. I'm doing this work over here. So as long as I do my part, come on. See, that's why you in the back, Mimi. Go on back there to the back. Go on, get back in the back. Get back to the back. You go. Thank you, fabulous. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. Well, thank you so much. Yes, I am likable. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, 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 yes. All right, here we go. Childhood identity and the quantum field. Because we know we live in this energetic universe. He taps his lips together for us and speaks. Yo. You know what that sounds like, Mimi? Mimi. Grandpa. You keep digging. You're too darn bad. You keep digging. Y'all know that movie, well, the Disney movie says too bad. When he got the grandkids out there digging in hole, he said, "Oh, we tired, Grandpa." He said, "We're too darn bad. You keep digging. You keep tapping there." Oh, I'm here just driving to Arizona trying to get this load dropped. There you go, Rosemary. You got it. Oh God. Oh, feel like a mood ring in the room, picking up everyone's energy. Ooh, as long as it's a good, long as it feels good. Oh God. Oh, thank you. Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. Childhood identity, and I think this will be the we'll wrap up and we'll put a pin in it for today, and then we'll start back when we come back after the holidays. Cause I ain't coming in here tomorrow. I'm not coming in here tomorrow. I'm not coming in here tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. Childhood identity and the quantum field. The quantum field reflects the identity a person subconsciously embodies. We always talk about that. We talk about that every day. Many parts of which are formed in childhood. We talk about that. Identities carry an energetic frequency. We talk about that every day because what we have as far as our thoughts, the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, they create a resonance, and that resonance will be projected out into the quantum field, and the quantum field will reflect it back to us as reality. So identity carries an energetic frequency that shapes opportunities, relationships, and outcomes. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. You're a constant beacon. You're constantly broadcasting a signal, and that signal is constantly being reflected back to you as your reality. So it's like constantly requesting from the universe, requesting from the universe, and then boom, you begin to receive. That's how we do it. So, identity carries energetic frequency that shapes opportunities, relationships, and outcomes. If you don't like the outcomes and the synchronicities that are showing up in your life, then what does it say? We need to do what? We need to shift our identity. We ain't got there yet. We ain't got, but we understand that because how we see ourselves, our identity creates standards and boundaries. Also, one other thing, because we live in this energetic universe, just remember the universe does not give us what we ask for. It does not. The universe gives to us what based upon how we see ourselves, our self-concept. So our self-concept is so powerful that that you cannot overlook this. The inner child often holds the earliest and strongest identity imprints. So as you begin to create the new version of you, you still have to wrestle with the old one, the baby that's sitting right next to you listening to this talk. You have to free, loose, and heal that inner child because that inner child, again, often holds the earliest and the strongest identity. Those of us who were told that we were special, that we were amazing, that we're so proud of you. Those are the programming constructs to which you begin to see life through. But those of us who felt alone, abandoned, not seen, told to be quiet. Children should be seen and not heard. All of these crazy anthems that we received as children, they show up in our energetic blueprint. And so we begin to experience life according to the blueprint that has been imprinted upon us. Someone who grew up feeling invisible may unintentionally attract situations where they are often overlooked. What role or identity were you assigned growing up that you may still be carrying around today? What role? And so this is so key. And listen, let me ask you this. I wanna put a pin in this right here, and I wanna pick this up when we come back from the holidays. So can we put this? Can we pin this down? Can we pin this right here? Can we pin this right here and come back and do part when we come back from the holidays? Cause Wushu, I saw you. Yeah, we gonna miss you too tomorrow, Wushu. All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Let me go ahead and pin this. And that's where we're going to come back and all that good stuff. And listen, we're tapping and clapping. Listen, right now, I just want to thank everybody that's been over here on our YouTube side because we getting ready to have our after party time over here on TikTok. And you already know the rules that they have on YouTube. We get all kind of copyright infringements and all that kind of stuff. So we don't want to do that. So thank you, fabulous. Hold on. I'm about to kick it off now. Hold on. Yeah, but thank you. I said, yoo-hoo. What's going on, Crosby? Where you been? All right now, so thank y'all so much for being over here. Listen, my name is A.D. Roberts, and yes, I am your success coach. And I will see you guys after the holidays. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your friends, enjoy your family. Don't eat too much turkey over here in YouTube land. And so we will be back here after the holidays with part 2 of this amazing conversation about healing the inner child. All right, thank you so much. And listen, if you want to be a part of the after party, just swing on over here to TikTok. We'll see you in a second.